Recording. All right, all kinds of winning. Hey, this is Thursday, August 13th. This is also going to probably work for Friday, August 14th. So this is going to work for either day because it's going to be the same class both days. That's sort of the way our schedule works. So if you're here today for Thursday, it's the same thing. If you're here for Friday, we're pretty much covering the same thing. So if you missed Friday's class and you're watching this one, you are watching the correct class. I'm only doing one class that covers both of it. I'm sure it's going to be confusing to some kids and they're going to freak out, but I'll do what I can. So this covers today and Friday, 13th and 14th. Schedules change started today and it continues on to Friday. Again, we have 50-minute class periods, 5-0, or is it 5-0? I don't know, whichever that would be. Anyway, 50-minute class period. Thank you, Owen. I appreciate you trying to hook me up on. I was trying to get there. And so we have 50-minute class periods. And I have realized that some of the kids, when you're trying to spell my name, you're putting a C in my name. That's why I'm Mr. Broviak with no C in there. Not like as in like the ocean or the fact that you can't see me, but the fact that it's just Broviak. Because I had kids who were trying to email me and I kept sticking a C in there. Although I like you giving me extra letters, it makes me feel important. It's not quite the same thing. So, RT, I'm poking you in the head right now because you look sleepy. So just imagine right now, just take your own finger and poke yourself in the head. So it's working the same way. And there you go. Thank you, RT. I appreciate you working along with me. That was for the teamwork on that one to help you out. I felt bad for you. Normally, if you were in class, I have a giant stick I come around and I poke you like you're a bear in the zoo. And I would do that now, but I don't think I have a long enough stick to hit you guys at home. All right, let's see. We're going to be reading articles today about dress code, going to give you guys a chance to talk to me. We do kind of have homework we're going to get to. It's a quiz, but it's not like a real quiz. It's just more like your opinions and stuff like that. So it's a kind of quiz. It should be one of the easier quizzes you take. It's just more about, can you get on Canvas? Can you take a quiz? Can you answer questions and stuff like that? We're going to see what happens. So for most of you, you should do well. If you are still missing the small world slide, you can still turn that in. And you can get up to a 9 out of 10 on it if you still turn it in. So I'm going to keep doing that, trying to help you guys get the grades. If you are wanting to pass my class, my goal is for you to do well. You only fail my class if that is what you are wanting to do. If you're like, Mr. Broviak, I dream of failing English. Well, then that's a dream we can probably make come true. But I'm going to try and fight you as much as I can. I mean, not like physically, because again, I just tried poking RT with the stick and failing. But someday when we're in person, I'll throw down and fight you. Oh my goodness, Tristan is here. All right. He's alive. Welcome, Tristan. All right, and then he's in. All right, to here. So again, I sent this out yesterday on a remind. It was also sent out in emails. I think we've thrown out 12,000 copies of this to try and help you guys out. So hopefully that makes things easier. Again, finding the actual Zooms should be the same as you've always done. Those have not changed. So find wherever your previous Zoom was, and it should be the same spot. Tomorrow, you're not going to see me. It was sideways in Remind. That seems kind of weird. But anyway, because that was the way they gave it to me. I apologize. The file was sideways. But there's a little button at the top of the file when you open it. It allows you to spin it. I don't know. That's how they gave it to me, too. I could not control that one. It's just weird. Now I'm with you on that one. So, yeah, I apologize for being sideways there. Tomorrow, you have 5th, 6th, 7th, and best, so you will not be seeing me. Phoebe is the reason why you wanted it to get on your computer is that you could get the filter that gives you the halo. Was that your well, that's legit. If I could find a way to give myself my devil horns, I've not had a chance to do that yet, then I would absolutely respect that. All right. I was just making sure that I was correct in why you were wanting to do it. Small world slides. I'm still hoping to give you guys a chance to present today for those of you who are wanting to do it. It'll be at the end. But for those of you who are still wanting a bonus point and you're still wanting to talk, my goal is to give you a chance to do that. If you've not turned it in, you can still turn it in. That is absolutely fine with me. We're trying to help you out as best we can. All right. Then for today, to help you guys out moving forward on this one, it's Thursday. As you see it listed on there, you can click on it. It's going to bring you to the page for today, which is right there. And this is today's page. What you're going to do for today is there's 2 articles which you are going to want to download. Not right now. I already have them up on the screen in a moment to try and make your life as lazy as possible. I understand that as a 7th grader, your goal is to be lazy. So my job is to try and facilitate that laziness. But if you're going back and doing the quiz later and you are wanting a copy of them, this is where you can find them. I said tapping. There you go. And so you can find a copy of one there. There's a copy of the other copy. Computer. There you go. Of it there. And then there's also the quiz that's going to be on there. It's a 6-question quiz. I think it only has 6 questions to it. Basically, it's pretty easy. It's going to ask you something of fact, something an opinion, and then what are your thoughts on the articles we read today, stuff like that. All right. And that's where you can find to take the quiz. So to take the quiz, you're going to go to that page, and there you go, clicky, clicky. It's going to bring you to this one where it has take the quiz, and you can take the quiz as many times as you want because there's no like correct answers necessarily. It's more your opinions. But if you take it and then I give you like, I don't know, is that a 14 points? And McKenna's going to join us. All right, so finally. If you take the quiz and you end up getting like an 8 out of 14 and you want to retake it, I'm fine with that. For the most part, the more you want to retake it, the more you can. And then you have the copies of the articles there to try and help you out, and the clicky button there. All right. Today with chat, I am wanting to use chat. So here's my goal with it. I'm going to trust you with chat, but realize I have the ability to make chat disappear. I don't want to. In one of my other classes, I had to do that because they made poor choices and my chat became toxic. For those of you who watch video game streamers, those of you who are familiar with Twitch chat has a history of becoming toxic. My chat will not become toxic because on my Twitch chat, I will ban you if need be, and then I can also just go ahead and take all of it away, which I prefer not to. I prefer for us to be able to have all kinds of conversations. So if you have never used chat, feel free to real quick. You can bring it up and you can throw a little hello in there or something like that to make sure you know what you're doing, because as we read the article today, I'm going to have you guys going in and responding to it, and this way you guys can respond to each other as long as you are civil and nice, because part of today's conversation is going to have you guys doing your opinion-y things. I want to make sure that you guys feel safe with your opinions. All right, but apparently all of you are scared of chat because only Jude was the only one who has chatted with me, except for Phoebe, who chatted earlier. The rest of it, thank you. There you go. I appreciate it, Reagan and David. Way to be brave enough to throw yourself out there with a little. There you go. All right. Just wanted to make sure that we have stuff. All right. Well, now it's raining hellos everywhere. All right. So go, you guys there. Slightly proud of you. Now you're letting it go to your head. So, not there yet. Before I get to the first article, we're going to do another one of those poll things, because I want to see your opinions. So you're going to have, I think it's 5 questions, and all it is agree or disagree with each one. And I'm going to give you guys a chance to respond and chat on your thoughts. So the same kind of poll we did yesterday. Let's see, not that one. Change to this poll. There we go. So 5 questions. Each one is going to be agree or disagree. So it should be up in front of you. I'm going to have you go through and tell me, do you agree or disagree with each one? And I will let you guys know what the overall, no, I'll even read them out loud to help you out. So question 1 says, dress codes are needed at schools for them to be able to function and for kids to learn. Agree or disagree? 2, I have had issues with the school dress code in the past. 3, I have seen a person wear something in public that I definitely thought was inappropriate and wrong. That one does not mean at school. That just means like out at Walmart or anywhere in the world. You've seen a human wear a thing and you're like, oh my God, what is wrong with that human? 4, I have seen a student wear something to school that I know was wrong or it bothered me in some way. And 5, oh no, come back, polls. My polls just disappeared. Make it pop up on my screen. I don't know. Trying again. Did it just disappear for all of you guys? All right. Oh, there it is. Back to me again. And 5, when we come back to school, I believe a face mask should be part of the dress code. Agree or disagree? If it disappears for you and you can't find the poll, that's fine. It's not for a grade. It's more for us to have a discussion here in just a second. Again, we're doing the experimenting thing. Let me give you guys a chance to do each one of yours, and then you do the little submitting thing at the end. I just want to sort of see where, in general, you guys feel on this. We're going to read an article about a girl who gets suspended because of a dress code and because she fought her principal. but it starts because of a dress code. I'll be interested to see your thoughts. Interesting. Zion, that's going to be part of our thing. Although Zion, I think, hang on, it just went to just me. There you go. If it disappears, it will say poll in progress at the top. And you, thank you, Owen. All right, yeah, so if it disappears, the poll in progress, you click on that and it brings it back. Nicely done. I know. I did the same thing with mine, Jude. I changed my skin tone so it wasn't yellow. I made mine darker. Represent. All right, so I think just about good. I'm getting ready to close it. I think we have about 22 people who are doing it. All right, so if you're not done, all right, good. And I'm going to end polling and see where your thoughts are. All right, and here's the part as we go through and you have an idea or a response, you'll be able to do it. All right, end polling. Share. So I'm going through them one by one real quick as I take a look at them. No, not much. Over here. 1, dress codes are needed at schools for them to be able to function and for kids to learn. Wow, you guys were almost split, 57 to 43. So just over half of you think dress codes are good. The other half of you think they're interesting. All right, on that one. So real quick, if you guys can do the little blue hand raising thing, I'm going to try that. Any of you guys feel strongly enough to share an opinion on why you think we should not or not have a dress code? If you don't care, that's fine. Or you can put it into chat if you wanted to. Hang on, where's Zion? You disappeared on me. Come back, son. No, Maddie. All right, Madison. Maddie, what do you have?
Because so I think that's the dress code, because if someone wears pajamas and they get really comfy, they might fall asleep.
You mean like RT, who keeps putting his poor head down and making me want to poke him to wake him up? I mean,
yeah.
And RT's not even wearing pajamas. He's wearing a hoodie. I mean, or at least it looks like a hoodie. And he's trying really hard. If I imagine if RT was wearing pajamas, he might just pass right out. Not bad. All right, I can see the whole, don't you shake your head at me, RT. I saw you trying to fall asleep. All right, I can dig that one. And Lexus, what do you got?
I think dress codes are stupid because not the pajama thing, but I think they're very torn towards girls can't wear this.
Yeah, and that's one of the issues I don't wear PJs. Thanks, RT, for sharing. And I agree. That's one of the issues. They do seem to skew more towards girls currently. But I will say I have been teaching long enough that there was a time where it skewed towards boys because baggy pants were a big thing way back in the day when I was a dinosaur teaching. And so they used to skew against boys way back at that point. But since then, nowadays, boys don't, the styles of boys don't become as much of an issue. So I would agree with that. And no one else there. All right. And let's see. I can't do the hand thing. Oh, Reagan, is it not letting your hand thing pop up? If you're on a computer, it should let you. It's just in a different spot. Oh, hang on. But you can always type in there too, Reagan. Tristan, what do you have to say?
I was gonna respond to Phoebe when she said it's mostly towards girls.
Huh?
I've had problems with dress code too, with hoods and hats. I wear sweatshirts at school a lot, and I wear a hood, and I always get in trouble for it.
That's a solid point also. Nicely done. And that is the thing I have seen with boys, with the whole hood thing. And again, I'm slightly different than a lot of teachers. The hood thing never really bothered me. As I tell kids in class, I'm if you wear a hood while you're actually in my class, as long as the only thing I make kids do, and I had to learn this the hard way, was every once in a while I make them pull the hood to the side, because I had for a while kids would try to put AirPods in and listen to music while I was teaching. So other than that, I'm I didn't really care if you wear a hood, as long as I'd be AirPod check, you'd be whoop, they'd pop up and pull it to the side, and as long as you didn't have anything in there, then I think you were good to go. Let's see, I'm reading. So Zion, just so you know, you are sending it just to me. So if you're trying to send it to everybody, it's going not. Yeah, I would agree on that one too. I mean, yeah, I have daughters, and so I deal with daughters who have the whole discrimination thing against them all the time. So female styles are tough right now because a lot of times girls' styles seem to be going towards things that are not school appropriate, but it's hard to find clothing that's not that way. All right, so, all right, so hang on. My other one has stopped, so I got to switch back anyway here for a second. Joy of technology. Let's go to this guy and let's see. The second one you guys had on there was I've had issues with school dress code in the past. Most of you have not. Only 6 of you had. I'm guessing those when you spoke up already, the hood and stuff like that. Same 3. I have seen a person wear something in public. Most of you have agreed that you've seen something wear that you thought was inappropriate and wrong. Yay. I've seen a student wear something to school that I thought. See, on some of these, you guys seem to think on some level that a dress code can be somewhat needed. Ooh, and then 5. And then with, see, the dress code, I believe a face mask should be part. That's what we're going to get to today also, is the idea, should a face mask be part of the dress code? All right, I'm going to stop sharing and close that. Then let's go back to chat. You are still welcome to do. I'm going to try and share my screen again and get to today's article. Uh-oh. So this is just, technology, you're a turd. Technology, no one loves you. Technology, you kicked me out. 025. BROV1. All right, let me read the article to you. I know about the whole shoulder. Actually, well done, Zion. Today's article is going to be about a girl who gets in trouble for her shoulder showing. We were right along those same ideas. All right. Zion, it's almost like you know exactly what I'm going to be teaching here in a moment. Oh, wait, back to here and share screen, share. Brovi icon, make co-host, jump through hoops, get frustrated. All right, now let's try this again. All right, share screen, Zoom, PowerPoint, and really, you just like completely threw up on yourself, computer. We were here. All right. So I'm correct. Aha. So to make it a little bit easier on you, you should have up in front of you the PowerPoint thing. As opposed to you can go to Canvas to do it if you wanted to. But instead of making you go to Canvas, I'm just going to have it up here on the screen. I will read it to you, and then we're going to get a chance to go through and do a bit more talking. The thing you're going to want to look for, 1, your opinion. Do you agree or disagree? And then also, you're going to have to find opinions and facts. So when it comes to the quiz, the questions are going to be, can you find opinions and facts that are in there? Good job, Zion. You are now talking to everybody that you're trying to send to me. I feel the same. All right. There. All right. Dress code. Series of events lead to honor roll students' suspension. A senior at Hickory Ridge High School worries her college future is in jeopardy, and it's all stemming from a shirt she wore. On Wednesday, Summer wore a green shirt that rests just off the tops of her shoulders and exposes her collarbone. I have a picture of it, and I'll show you guys here in just a moment. She says while she was eating lunch, the principal approached her in the cafeteria asking if she had a jacket. In the suspension notice from Hickory Ridge High School, the principal and Summer apparently had an interaction where the principal told Summer to cover up with the jacket. The report states Summer responded with, "I think my shirt is fine." The principal told Summer that her lower back was also completely exposed. Apparently, you cannot show lower back. So she was still not in compliance with dress code. Summer repeated again, "My shirt is fine." Summer did not have a jacket, but a friend offered to loan her one. "I pulled it up, put the jacket over it, zipped up the jacket," Summer says. She says the principal told her she would have to go to the control room to change her clothes. For them, the control room is like the office. We have to go and get in trouble, and it has like the assistant principal gets to yell at you and stuff like that. I completely understand why a dress code is put into place, but I feel like after I put on that jacket, it should have been subdued, Summer says. Summer says she and the principal have had a number of issues during her 4 years at the school. The tension has gotten so bad that her mother says she recently instructed the school administrators to call her before taking any sort of disciplinary action against Summer. So apparently she's gotten in trouble before with the principal, and her and the principal do not get along. We're also going to find out, and I don't know if this plays a role in it, but we're going to find out that the girl, Summer, is African American. I don't know if that's going to play a role against it, but I know it does play a role. We'll see a picture of her here wearing the outfit in question in just a second. But apparently she's butted heads multiple times. Let's see. I completely understand. Where am I? Make sure I go on to the next screen. There we go. Next screen. Ooh, there we go. Summer says when the principal told her to go to the control room, she remained seated. They can't take me anywhere unless my mother is called. So I said, I apologize. I can't go anywhere with you unless my mom is called. That's when the situation escalated. Summer says neither she nor the principal was able to reach her mother. The period ended, and Summer accompanied dozens of her friends to the auditorium. Shortly after, she says the principal entered the room and ordered everyone to leave except for Summer. So just so you are aware, so she's at lunch with friends. Principal says you can't be wearing that, so she puts on a jacket. They then have a school assembly where they all have to go down to whatever it is, and they go to the auditorium. And in the auditorium, the principal orders every student to leave the auditorium except for her, and then has a police officer come and stand next to her because she broke dress code. The SRO means the school resource officer, basically the police officer that's at the school, was within 5 feet of me. He had his hand on his gun. The principal said, I'm going to give you an ultimatum. We had tried to call your mother. You either come with me to the control room to change your shirt, or we will arrest you. That's correct. They were getting ready to arrest her over a dress code. Summer says she remained seated and proceeded to try to reach her mother again. I stayed in my seat, just like a lot of role models that I've looked up to stayed in their seats. I mean, you have to stand up for what you believe in. Summer says the principal instructed the SRO, police officer, to arrest Summer. Before he could handcuff her, her mother called back. Summer went to the control room with the school administrators, where she was given a 10-day suspension, 2 weeks, and ordered not to attend any senior activities, including graduation. It's just sad because I worked so hard for 4 years to walk across that stage. We have drug dealers walking across that stage. We have criminals walking across that stage. And then the 4.4 GPA student who showed her shoulders can't. The senior is an honor roll student with a 4.4 GPA. She has a full scholarship to a major university. The official cause for suspension, according to the letter sent home, was insubordination. Insubordination is a thing that we use here at school. It's anytime that a teacher tells you to do a thing and you don't do it, like they're saying like, RT, stop falling asleep in class. And you're like, you can't control me, old man. And you just keep putting your head down. That would be considered insubordination. So it's anytime that you like deliberately go against what you're being told by a teacher. She says the principal is still considering expelling her. Her mother plans to appeal. A spokesperson for the school system refused to comment, citing student privacy, and provided a copy of the school's dress code. The dress code is lengthy and specifically prohibits students from wearing off-the-shoulder shirts. Earlier this school year, 45 students at Hickory Ridge High were sent to the principal's office for wearing leggings with shirts that were deemed too short. Summer says she understands and respects the dress code that says the fallout is a lot to shoulder. Ha ha ha. I'm not sure if she meant to make that as a joke, but that's kind of there. This is my life. I'm on a pre-med track. A full ride means so much, and that is on the line right now. And I have a picture on there of showing you what she looks like. That is what she was wearing. So I'm assuming even if she were to pull that down over her shoulders, I'm not sure that, I'm guessing that would probably break dress code, but I'm not sure that is probably arrest worthy. To have a police officer standing right there next to her seems like a bit of a step, almost like an overreaction. So what I'm going to have us do is I have another article we're going to read in a second, because I wanted to show you that one first, about the idea of how a school reacted to a school dress code and how they felt that they can punish kids for not wearing what they were supposed to. The other one might be a thing that you have seen because it is something that came out about a week and a half ago. And there is a chance that you might be familiar with it. So here's the second article we're going to take a look at. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, but about a week and a half ago, there was a photo that showed up on Twitter and the internet of a Georgia high school that opened right in the middle of all of this whole big pandemic thing. And it was all of the kids walking down to the high school and no one was anyone wearing masks. So I found it fascinating because the article I found talks about how that school is trying to enforce the dress code where you can't have anything covering your shoulders, but they're saying they can't enforce a dress code that makes kids wear a mask. So that's the next article I want to take a look at. All right, so now let's take a look at this one. It says, Georgia high school is unable to mandate face masks, but perfectly capable of enforcing a sexist dress code. After an entire summer spent wondering what the 2020 school year will look like, we now know. Thanks to a photo, and I have a picture, I have this photo also. Be careful, not all police are bad people. Don't go all ACAB in here. A lot of police can be good people. It's just the fact that sometimes they make choices. So on that one, I would have to disagree with you on that one. That's the thing that gets sort of caught up. Not attacking you on that one. My daughters did the same thing. I know it's easy to get caught up. What you have to realize is police are human and teachers are human and humans make mistakes. And the drawback is that, yes, I do agree that they have made a lot of bad choices. And a lot of those bad choices have been put out there. But yeah. So not just you that seems to have that same thought. That seems to be sort of a common one that's out there. So I'm just throwing out there, be careful. And the reason I say that is, one, I have a lot of students whose parents are police officers. And I've talked to them, and they're decent people. It's just that, yeah, I understand also that you can get caught into a bad spot. It's a tough situation right there. Yes, I would agree with you absolutely, Zion. The people who let their biases get into it and racially profile, that's where, but that's the same thing with teachers. Those of you who get mad at police officers, you better also get mad at teachers, because there's teachers who do the exact same thing. The same police officers who are out there and racially profiled, there's teachers who do that same thing. And there's teachers who are sexist because they're human and humans make mistakes. So be ready to attack those same ones. Or, don't attack and have love in your heart, but that's harder to do. All right, back to here. Stop distracting me with your really intelligent chat. All right. It's apparent that some schools are taking few precautions to protect their students and faculty from the deadly virus that has already killed almost 160,000 Americans. The photo, which I'll show you in a moment, was shared by a North Paulding High School student from Dallas, Georgia, shows crowds of unmasked students pressed together in what will undoubtedly soon become a hotspot for COVID-19. Among the 14 identifiable faces that you can see in the picture, only 5 students are wearing face coverings. After the photo began to gain attention on social media, the New York Times released a story in which the Paulding County School District Superintendent Brian Ottot addressed the controversy. He said, there is no question that the photo does not look good. I agree. When you see it in a moment, it is a scary thought because you can just almost physically watch coronavirus just spreading through there. Coronavirus. Ottot also told the Times that the administration strongly encourages face masks for students and staff members, but because there are over 2,000 students in the school, they will not be enforcing a rule. Wearing a mask is a personal choice, and there is no practical way to enforce a mandate to wear them, he wrote. So let me repeat that. He's saying we cannot force kids to wear a face mask because there is no way to judge and police what kids wear. Interesting. All right, keep going. Apparently, Ottot hasn't read his own school district's handbook because they seemingly have no problem enforcing a dress mandate when it comes specifically to their female students. In the 54-page document, an entire page, page 11 apparently, is dedicated to what articles of clothing students can and cannot put on their bodies, most of which is directed at female students. The dress code is absurdly specific, stating that shorts must be appropriate, 5 inches from the top of the kneecap as measured by a ruler or the width of a 3x5 index card, and that shoulders must be covered and armholes must be tight-fitting. It also bans pajamas, bedroom shoes, or other sleepwear, as well as caps, hats, hoods, a lot of the stuff that you guys brought up. And cheerleaders must wear warm-ups under. So apparently, they have a lot of rules about what you can wear. The school claims they are incapable of telling students to wear simple strip of fabric on their face, something that can be seen at a millisecond glance. But when it comes, nicely done, Jude, I see you in your face mask. When it comes to teen girls in shorts, watch out, because they've got a 3x5 index card and they're not afraid to measure you with it. By the way, for those of you who are unaware, that's what we call sarcasm. So they worked a little bit of sarcasm into the article, which I absolutely support. It wouldn't have been difficult to add even a single slide about face masks to their extensive presentation. Now, if you thought this administration was done with their harmful policies, you were dead wrong. Maybe even literally, since they're not requiring students to wear masks. Hannah Waters, the student who first posted the photo, was suspended from school for 5 days because of it. Unlike the administration's dress code, this might actually prevent her from contracting COVID. Hannah has been using her time off from school wisely, though. She did a whole bunch of interviews, which you may have seen if you're on any left form of social media. She popped up on all types of CNN, Good Morning America, and stuff like that, doing interviews about it in order to share this with her masses. Today, she was on Twitter that her suspension has been revoked, meaning she is no longer being suspended, but she's probably going to be just about as nervous as she was the first day. If you have not seen the picture, this is the picture that she took and she sent in. This was on the first day of her school. Now, on that one, you can only see like 3 different kids wearing masks. And this is down in Georgia, where they have a huge bit of issues going on with the coronavirus spreading from one kid to the next. The other good thing, well, not sure about good thing, ironic thing, is that she actually took a video at this moment. It was not just a picture. In the video, you can hear over the loudspeaker the principal warning anybody who takes a picture or video and posts it to social media, you will be suspended. The reason they were saying that is because they did not want this information to get out, because they knew it was wrong. So she posted a video of them saying, do not share this information, because they knew how bad it was. And you are right, Phoebe. They're not even close to social distancing. They're not wearing masks. They're not social distancing. It is all kinds of scary. So the reason that we're doing virtual learning right now is exactly because of issues like this. So here's my thought to it. If you're at this school and you are one of those girls who wears short shorts, or you wear something that shows your shoulders, and as soon as any teacher says, hey, that's not school appropriate, can't you just be like, how is it you're enforcing a dress code about my shoulders, but you can't enforce a dress code that make it where it seems like basically the school just gave up trying to enforce the dress code. So maybe for girls, this is a good thing, because now all of a sudden you can get away with wearing whatever you want to, because if they can't enforce a face mask, they can't enforce any other of the dress codes. So it's like a small win. Yay, slightly less sexism. I mean, yeah, it's personal space is definitely a wee bit on the tough side. All right, so now to remind you, here's where the quiz comes in. What I'm going to have you do is make sure, if you don't know how to get to it, because you can take it more than once if you want to, make sure you know how to get to quiz. By the way, if you are having issues with Canvas, apparently Safari or the app is awful. A lot of people are trying to use the Canvas app, and it is having all kinds of issues. Apparently, if you're trying to use Safari, which is the iPad internet browser, that is also having issues because technology hates us. The best way to do it is through Chrome. If you can download the Chrome app, apparently Canvas works really well on there. So if you've been having issues as far as uploading and stuff like that, that might be where the issue comes in. Sorry, my lights went out because there was another teacher who was tormenting me. So if you've not gone to it, you can go clicky, clicky. There's copies of both articles. If you need to go back and look at them, you are more than welcome to go back and look at them. And click the little button there, and it's going to take you to the quiz. It is 6 questions. You don't have to do it now. You have until Sunday night to take it, and I will be sending out reminds over the weekend to keep telling you. Essentially, it's going to say, give me an example of a fact, give me an example of opinion. It's going to say, what is your thoughts on it, and stuff like that. That's what I'm looking for from you. And yes, Phoebe, they are saying a whole bunch of stuff in the chat. So I'm not sure why you can't see it. They're talking back and forth. Back in person. Yeah, my wife teaches up in Noblesville, and so they went back in person, and they're already having issues also as far as having the kids go back and having the outbreaks. And that's one of the worries they're having here, as far as if we go back and have an outbreak. And again, it's not a matter of you guys getting it. It's more the issue of you guys spreading it to teachers like me, and then all of a sudden, like me, getting sick and dying. And I don't mind if you guys get sick and die, but don't be selfish. Think about me. I don't want to die. Reagan, I see you adorably holding up your hand. What's up, dear?
So it's kind of funny because here they're not letting us go back to school, but like in Columbus, it's only like an hour away from here. One of my friends goes there, and they're going back to school without masks, without anything like that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be weird all around. And I mean, I'm hoping everyone comes out of it okay and that we don't have major outbreaks, especially because it leads to like death. And the thing is, a lot of people don't know anyone that's gotten sick, but like I do. We had teachers here who got sick and were like sick for weeks on end. I have a friend of mine who has 2 kids who are an 8th grader and a sophomore. And like they had fevers of 100 degrees for 2 weeks and they were throwing up. I have another friend who currently has it, who's had a fever and has not been able to work for a month because her fever has not gone below 100 degrees and half her hair fell out. I mean, she is a 40-year-old woman and she's half bald because that's one of the side effects of it is that your hair falls out. So it's one of those things like when it hits you, it hits hard. It's just that a lot of people just don't see it as happening. Alexis, what's up, kiddo?
My friend lives in Noblesville, and her middle school went back.
Yeah, that's where we have cousins who are doing the same thing there. And fingers crossed that nothing bad happens, but I have no idea. Zion, what do you got for me?
My friend had the choice of going back to school or doing virtual learning, and she went back. And she's like always like she never has her math on.
And that's, I believe, I think from what I've been told that when we go back here, like masks will be required. Like if you choose to come back, you are going to be wearing a mask in the hallways, a mask like anytime that you're around other people, you have to have a mask on the whole time. And so we'll, I guess, find out. I'm hoping it helps, but I honestly have no idea from there. All right, well, that was our whole class period. You guys got through it well. Proud of you. Nice to know the chat, even though Phoebe apparently couldn't see it. But Phoebe, put a whole bunch of chat information out there. We could see all the Phoebe stuff, even though you couldn't see people responding to it. Kind of proud of you. Low-key proud of RT staying awake. I'm going to wish him the best of luck as you guys go on to thank you, RT. The best of luck as you guys go on to second period. Make sure you turn, if you're still missing the small world, turn that in. And you guys have the quiz. So yes, for Owen, your only homework is the quiz. Take the quiz by Sunday night, and then you're good to go. That is the only homeworky type thing I have. It is 6 questions, and you're good to go. Oh, I'm sorry you forgot your coffee. Good luck, Mr. Grumman. I guess, I don't know. Go eat a coffee bean. That'll wake you up because it tastes like dirt. All right. Toots, much appreciated. You'll enjoy your weekend. See you Monday.
Bye.
I agree, Zion. Trust me, I try to influence other people with their choices, but I don't know. I can't get everyone to pay attention to me. I do the best I can.
Bye, Mr. Broviak.
See you, kiddo. Enjoy your weekend.
You too.